head coach Jared Ball. And, Coach, not a little inclement weather going to get us down because you certainly are going to coach football in inclement weather. There's a 30% chance of rain on Friday, by the way. And we're going to do a radio show, but we have moved, a team effort here at Sundown. We invite you out each and every Tuesday, even if your school has open house. We'd love to see you here. Great happy hour specials here at the Sundown. Coach, let's talk about our opponent, the Longview Lobos, coming to town Friday night.
Well, to me, it's just another year for those guys. They're a really good football team again this year. I've always thought that it's really a way to kind of gauge. They've got good players. You know, it seems like the names change, but a different group comes rolling in there. And really, it's a way to gauge. How your football program how your football program compares to a lot of other programs around, and of course everybody look at their football team, and I said earlier, like I think that they should have beat South Oak Cliff, and if you look, South Oak Cliff, they had played Duncanville earlier in the season and lost by a touchdown, and Duncanville's ranked. Are we headed in the right direction as far as our football program is concerned? And if you're playing with people in Longview, and I know, and we beat them, then that means we could have beat them. And I know, and we beat them, then that means we could have beat them. All that kind of stuff.
I do that all the time.
I know you do all that kind of stuff.
I do that all the time.
I know you do.
Absolutely.
I know you're a radio guy.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is we are in the likes of the best football regardless of state, and that's one of the reasons I like to play some of these out of state teams, is it gives our kids an opportunity.
Okay, other three teams on our schedule, believe it or not, I went back and watched some video on Longview, and you can tell me if I'm correct.
A group that people hadn't been able to make these long trips that we've been on, give them an opportunity to come out on Friday and see these guys play.
Well, we certainly want them to come out Friday and see the contest versus the Longview Lobos. I look at it, big question marks on the season. Running back, you lose two just very good running backs. And by the way, I thought there was a lot of holding on Rakeem Potts last Friday.
No, I was still upset. I'm pretty consistent about how I feel about that kind of stuff. No, that's about the only way you can block him is to hold him, and so they're not going to call it every time. But and that's what I've told him. He's got to learn how to get off of some holds and that kind of thing. He's just really hard to block.
I want to go through and look at it. We're talking with head coach Jared Ball. We're going to maybe wrap things up as weather getting a little frightening here on the back deck. Yeah, that's probably going to – I'm going to ask you real quick some of the overall strength of the Longview team. If you're a fan coming out to the ball game, what do you expect to see out of this Longview team?
Well, I think a solid defense. They held South Oak Cliff to 20 points, and they scored 35 against Duncanville, and they held them to 20 points. We'll have our work cut out for us on offense. They're breaking in a new offensive coordinator, and Coach King has always really been involved in the offense.
Who is the interim head coach in his absence?
Oscar Wilson, who's been he was there whenever I was there. He's been coaching there since 1978. He's been coaching for 47 years.
He's paid his dues.
Yes, he's paid his dues. He's been there a long time, and what a great guy. And he's continuing to run the program the way that it needs to be. And then he's got John Berry there also, which was a defensive coordinator for a bunch of years. He was my defensive coordinator at Gladewater whenever I was there, and then took over as the head coach. So it's good to have those guys like that around to be able to
I
take
coached with his wife, by the way. She was coaching out at Simmsboro, winning state championship, so it made my quarterfinal appearances look bad. So Kelly
was around and well known here as a I guess, girls basketball coach at
Out of the
Simsboro,
Simsboro, that's
won a
right.
state championship or so. And so I think we're going to have us a big crowd. There's a lot of hometown people here that know a lot of those guys. And, you know, I think we should have a really big crowd out there to watch a good football game against two good football teams.
All right, Coach, before we go to break and close out the show here, going to close out on a somber moment. The Bearcat Nation Network, founded 3 years ago, Bearcat Nation Network, and one of the founding members of the Bearcat Nation Network was a young man by the name of Grant Madden. He handled all our public address. You remember him well at basketball, and obviously made the trip to the Dome, the first trip to the Dome. The loss to Destrehan, they were holding on that play, should have won that one. But anyway, I mean, our thoughts and condolences. Grant Madden passed away at the age of 20.